Oh, we're on? Okay, cool. So I wanted to try something, right? My friend sent me this topic and he was worried about his favorite game dying. But since I want to be everyone's manager, I guess you can call me the what? The internet's manager or some shit? I don't know. Anyway, the topic of today is my friend sent me this thing called Dragon Ball Fighters. Is it dead? Like, is the game dead? And to me, it was interesting hearing him paraphrase and saying like, "Oh yeah, no more updates" or something like that. Nothing's coming to the game. Things happen, and a lot of people are just gonna leave for another game. And to me, I guess like he didn't understand that's just how it works. But I figured I explained it to him. I should explain it to you because I feel like that's a lot of people in the comment section or just in the internet sphere in general that just doesn't understand how this works, right? Especially from a content creator standpoint, right? So let's break it down. So the main, I guess, thing you should really get in your head is content creators follow views and money. That's majority of what they do. Now, I know the quickest thing to say is, well, no, someone does it for their passion and blah, blah, blah. But once you give them a little bit of money, a little bit of attention, a lot of them will stick to either the money or the views, which views and money kind of go together. But regardless, they'll do what keeps you guys coming back for more. So they gradually will keep doing the same thing that you keep watching in return. So that way they can get paid and they can continue to do the thing they're doing. Now, there's nothing wrong with that. There's nothing wrong. Like I said, it's part of the market. It's exactly what you're supposed to be doing. But clearly, when someone says, "Is this game dead?" majority of your content creators are either A, going to tell you, "Yeah, but don't worry, I'm still going to make the content. I'm still going to go to the next game, and you're going to see this cool new game, and you're going to appreciate it." Or some of them are going to pacify you and reassure you that, "Hey, don't worry, I'm still going to make content. Even if someone leaves, I'm still going to make content." So you have a incentive to keep coming back to watch me because I'm making the content still. The content you love, I'm still making it. Come watch me, pick me. But yeah, so that's where a lot of them will get this idea. They're just trying to reassure their fan base to keep coming back to watch their stuff. And again, they do this so you can continue to come back. Go, "Oh, thank God, I can still watch your stuff." And that's majorly why they do it. There's nothing wrong with it. There's nothing evil about it. It's just the truth. I wish they would say it, but a lot of them are scared to because they don't want to scare off their audience. So another thing I want to bring up is content creators are definitely not the majority. Now, a lot of people think what a content creator says is like what the majority say. And sure, they could be like paraphrasing or echoing it, but a lot of the times, like I said previously, content creators just do things that make sure they get enough money and views at the end of the day. So when I say they're not part of the majority, they're not their audience. They're not the audience that watches their stuff. Because the real consumer-based psychology of an audience member is they just like to watch what they're used to, or they're watching something because it's new. Once the newness, novelty wears off, or once they find something of a greater interest or a newer game within that franchise, they will go to the next one. Perfect example, no one's watching old GTA gameplays. It's just not happening. There's newer games, there's newer things you can do. No one's going to watch you doing that unless you're already a brand name, but that's cheating because you're already a brand name. But if you're starting off, no one wants to see the old stuff, right? That's why you generally play the newer stuff, because that's what people want to see. And it's sad, but it's true. But you get the fame first before you start giving them the old stuff you like to do, because at the end of the day, you're just trying to get a following going, right? So you naturally will do that. So when content creators say the game is dead and everything like that, again, it's just pacifying you or just assure you that, yeah, I am leaving for the newer thing, so don't worry. But they're not you. They're not you, the consumer that's watching it. You sitting there watching their content is not thinking about how to bring in more people, how to build a following or anything like that. You're watching it for its novelty. And just like with anything, novelty wears. So once it's done, you move on. A content creator, it's harder for them to move on because, hey, they get paid for this. And if they do move on, guess what? You may not watch it. So if you may not watch it, they're scared to even try anything new because they know it may not work. In fact, you can look at a lot of content creators that make second channels if they're not already a big name that doesn't do as well as their main channel because a lot of people didn't come here for this. They didn't come here for that at all. And even if the novelty was of you playing this Dragon Ball game, it doesn't matter. I'm used to you playing the Dragon Ball game. I don't want to see you, ride bikes now? That's not what I came here for. That's not where I grew up with you, right? It changes. Shoot, you can even take the iDubbbz group for an example. Like, The guy used to be N-word this and other like profanities and out there, but it's like after that big change and changing his content, a lot of people dip, a lot of people change. And again, nothing wrong with that. It's just how it is. Novelty wears out. Money doesn't come in if you do that same stuff. Hey, you gotta switch up. Otherwise, you're just doing it for fun, and not a lot of people do it for fun anymore. Anyway, another point that he brought up was that the game, like, he's worried that there's not gonna be like the same people out there making the content, which I already went into a boatload of information about. But saying like, oh, but it's like basketball, right? Basketball didn't end with MJ, so the game will still be around, right? No, just no. Just because Michael Jordan retired from basketball, yes, the basketball did not end. However, it's just a game. A game will inevitably die. It usually will. It will happen. Again, GTA from 1 to whatever we're at now, GTA 1, it's dead. No one is playing it. No one has access to most of the equipment to play it. No one wants to see it. So again, games die. It happens. So when a newer game within, 3-4 years this game came out, yeah, it's on its own ticker. It's on its own timer. It will die. So until there's like another game in the franchise, like maybe a Fighters 2 or something, then yeah, that game is going to die. So what, give it another 5 more years and there's no other Fighters 2? Then yeah, no one's going to watch you play the old stuff because there's newer stuff out there that people want to see. And it just happens. A game will inevitably die, right? It happens. It's sad, but it's true. Everything comes to an end. However, when it comes to content creation, you can do this. You can continue to play that same game, or you just play the newest thing. It's just that simple. No one's forcing you to play the newest thing, and of course your audience might be disgruntled and leave you because you're not playing the newest thing, but if you genuinely enjoy it, genuinely enjoy making the content for that specific game, even if there is no updates, then just play it. There's not a problem. No one's stopping you from not doing it, but there's a reason why, right? Let's be honest. Hey, come here. Let's be honest. You don't want to keep playing it if not a lot of people are watching and if you're not making any money from it. Let's be honest. Let's be 100%. That's probably why. And again, it happens. That's just the nature of the beast. So yeah, for the consumers out there that are worried about their favorite game or content creator or whatever drama out there, is it dead? Is it changing? Yeah, it is going to change. And relying on your content creators for your entertainment sounds fun when you're young and everything, but yeah, things change. But you move on. I'm pretty sure what you watched as a kid, you still don't watch to this day. I'm pretty sure you're not keeping up with the latest information of it. And even if you are, you may not even like it because you're like, oh, it used to be better back then. Duh. Because the novelty was better back then. The novelty for it was a little bit more starry-eyed for you. But now that it's over, you move on. It's just that simple. So if a game dies, a game dies. You move on. Now the real sit-down conversation is for the content creator. Do you want to continue to make that same content even though no one's going to watch it in a couple of years? It's up to you. You definitely can. I'm not saying yes or no. It's up to you. You can sit there and play this game until it turns 10 years old. Blue in the face. You literally press the same button for 10 years. You can do that. And let's just say the money isn't great. Let's just say you don't get anything from it after 5 years in. Like, just all the residuals are gone. You can keep playing it, right? You enjoy making it, right? Enjoy doing what you do, right? But if it's about money and if it's about the economics of it, then be real to your fans. Just tell them 100%. If this game is dead, if there's no more updates, if there's no more viewership retention, and you guys don't, I guess, donate for it, then I'm not going to play it. It's just that simple. A lot of content creators will do it. It sucks, but it's true. Very much true. And as an audience member, it's up to you. You don't have to watch it. If you're bored, go somewhere else. If it's dead and your favorite content creator is not doing it anymore, cool. You move on. It's over. It's done. You had a good run. Appreciate it for what it was. Enjoy the moments you had with it. And if you still are worried about community, friends and stuff, then hey, it's people, buddy. That's gonna happen. You're not gonna play backyard baseball with that one friend across the street forever. Things move on. Things change. Some people don't want to do it. And I think that's the biggest thing, at least the content creators don't give their audience a 1v1 with. It's like, hey, I'm not going to keep doing the same thing. And if I am, hey kids, I'm going to keep doing the same thing. Like, pick one. Just tell them. So that way they're not worried about it. But yeah, I think I covered most of it. So yeah, hopefully the game is okay, and it does. Even if it dies, it doesn't matter, because there might be another one, and even if there isn't, you move on to the next one. Because technically speaking, if we're being honest, like cut the script. If we're being honest, if the game dies today, there's no other updates, right? But there's going to be another game within 2 years. Let's just say 2 years. You're going to drop this game for the newest one anyway. So technically, it is dead. And if there isn't a new game and you still play it until 10 years down the road, yeah, the game's dead, because there's going to be like, what, more games in that genre to move into? So yeah, technically speaking, the game is dead no matter how you slice it. So yeah, things change. Basically, I think that's the whole message. Things change. So GG's, you had fun with your game. Cool things happen. Cool things come to an end. I think that's it.